This snow leopard's relentless search for food continues. Following the scent of prey has drawn him to the edge of his territory and into a steep ravine. Blue sheep. The broken rock provides good cover. But this is difficult terrain. Now, he must let them come to him. A 200-foot fall, never letting go.
Here, 1,000 miles from the sea, are dolphins. Rain is the lifeblood of every jungle, and all have to do their best to endure the daily downpour. This is a mysterious world, a place few people have ever explored. We have much to discover about the animals for which this is home, including some you might never expect to find amongst trees. Here, 1,000 miles from the sea, are dolphins. A newly identified species of river dolphin found nowhere else on Earth. In these black, tangled waters, they have become almost totally blind, so they move slowly, carefully using their sonar to scan the forest floor for fish. If this forest can hide a new species of dolphin, what else might there be here awaiting discovery?
She is as gentle as a croc could ever be. Safe in her care, tails dangling between her teeth, she takes them to water. She won't enjoy her baby's company for long. Crocodiles can have 80 hatchlings, and another batch is crying for her attention. She won't leave any behind, even spy hatchling. Safe in her cavernous mouth, all survive unscathed. And spy hatchling is still filming. They still need her protection. Even in water, just 1 in 10 survive. For danger is everywhere. A grey heron. He has the pick of the bunch. Crocodiles have changed little since the age of the dinosaurs, but their maternal care is anything but primitive. She'll protect her babies for the next 2 months. Such care becomes stronger when whole families are involved.
These are traps. flowers shaped like buckets, produced by an orchid. Each red bucket is filled with an oily liquid that drips from above. Male orchid bees need a rich perfume with which to impress their females. And the orchids provide it. But the bucket is slippery. And the liquid into which the bee has fallen is sticky. The only way to get out is through a narrow tunnel. As it emerges, the bee is gripped tight. And that gives enough time for the plant to glue pollen sacs on the bee's back. So the orchid has its pollen taken to another plant. And the bee is rewarded with the perfume with which, when it recovers its strength, it can woo a female. The alpha female leads the hunt. First, they run directly at the herd. The aim is to panic them. A stampeding herd might leave a calf behind. The tactic begins to work. But then the herd regains control. They stand defiantly in a protective ring around the calves. There is no way in. The alpha female calls off the hunt. But the search for food must go on. To stand a chance of surviving the winter, the pack needs to feed well now, even if it puts their lives at risk. A lone bull, the most dangerous prey of all. One blow from his horns could kill a wolf. But the wolves are now ready to risk everything for a meal. The tentacles of this carpet anemone can kill, but the clownfish are immune to the poison, so they can shelter from danger. In return, the fish keep the anemone clean of debris. As with all clownfish, the family is ruled by a big female. Her white face marks her out as the boss. The diminutive male has to prove his worth, so he works tirelessly, removing debris and generally keeping on top of the housework. His greatest challenge is to find a safe place where the boss can lay her eggs. But there's nothing solid here for the female to lay them on. A nearby shell could be the solution. Too heavy. Besides, it has a mind of its own. Hermit crab. The anemone is swept by tidal currents, and they bring in new opportunities. An old plastic bottle. Not heavy enough. This is one of the biggest gatherings of mammals to be found anywhere on Earth. These are Pacific walrus. For most of the year, they feed out in the Arctic Ocean, emerging to rest on the sea ice. But now, climate change has melted the ice here, and the only place within reach of their feeding grounds where they can rest are a few beaches, such as this one. 100,000 of them, almost the entire world population, are here. They are gigantic. A male can weigh over a ton. And many die in the scrum. On a beach 250 miles to the west, there's a further danger. Polar bears. They too have been forced to spend more time ashore by the dwindling ice. And now, they're very hungry. Eden's whales have lived here for generations. Many fish now stay closer to the surface, where the waters still contain enough oxygen to survive. Eden's whales depend on these fish. And with so few fish, the rewards from feeding like this are barely worth it. So, to survive here, the whales have developed a new hunting technique. One that requires almost no effort. They simply open their mouths and wait. The panicked fish jump right in. Swimming alongside, another whale scares even more into the open jaws. With this ingenious new technique, Eden's whales have found a way to survive the pressures they now face. All across the planet, animals are having to adapt to a changing world. But the speed of these changes will be too fast for many. If we could only halt our unrestrained plunder of the ocean, its habitats and species would recover. And at a time when our overexploited lands are already failing us, this has never been more important for humanity.